In the White House for Florida.
You know, we don't use the strait. The United States, we don't need it. Europe needs it. Korea, Japan, China, a lot of other people. So they'll have to get involved a little bit on that one.
And earlier he told Fox's Martha McCallum during a phone call that if NATO won't help with the Strait of Hormuz now, that he knows when the big one comes, they won't be there for us. Meantime, the Pentagon is sending more warships and Marines to the Middle East in the second deployment of service members to the region in the past week.
A task force of about 4,500 sailors and Marines and 3 more warships are joining the U.S. fleet already carrying out attacks on Iran. President Trump offered an update on the Iran war during a trophy presentation for the Naval Academy's football team.
The difference between them and us is they had a Navy 2 weeks ago. They have no Navy anymore. It's all at the bottom of the sea.
The latest deployment will overlap with another Marine Expeditionary Unit also making its way to the Middle East from Japan. Earlier this week, President Trump said he was not sending ground troops into Iran. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Spanish authorities say they have ruled out foul play in the death of U.S. college student Jimmy Gracie, who vanished this week while on spring break in Barcelona. However, they have not dismissed the possibility that he was drugged. Local police said today an autopsy had been performed. And while they say they believe the 20-year-old's death was an accident, they have given few details and made no official ruling. Yesterday, police divers recovered Gracie's body from the sea from a marina in Barcelona. And oil prices are climbing. U.S. crude near $98 a barrel. Stocks are falling. The Dow down more than 200 points. America's listening to Fox News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-515-1771. That's 800-515-1771. 800-515-1771.
Martial arts champion and star of Walker, Texas Ranger, Chuck Norris dies.
'Cause the eyes of the Ranger are upon you.
The action star who became a global symbol of toughness and later internet legend rose to fame as a karate champion before breaking into film, most notably opposite Bruce Lee in The Way of the Dragon. He went on to headline 1980s action movies and became a household name on television. His family says he lived his life with faith, purpose, and unwavering commitment to the people he loved. Norris died suddenly yesterday after a medical emergency in Hawaii. He was 86. A suspected war criminal arrested in Mobile, Alabama for his role in the civil war that raged in Bosnia and Herzegovina in the 1990s.
The 70-year-old taken into custody by U.S. Marshals as federal court documents accuse Hamdija Alukic of committing war crimes in Bosnia-Herzegovina in 1992. A former neighbor from his Wilmer neighborhood in the western part of the state is stunned.
That just completely blows my mind because I'd never seen that coming. That's pretty wild.
Witnesses interviewed claim Alukic was a member of a Bosnian Muslim paramilitary group. Records show he planned and carried out 2 different attacks that killed 2 people. Plus, he's accused of ambushing a car with other members of the same group, shooting at the driver, and setting the vehicle on fire with a body still inside. CJ Papa, Fox News.
And a massive animal rescue operation is underway in Los Angeles County in what could be the largest such rescue in U.S. history. Animal Care and Control says its investigators found an estimated 700 dogs and cats at the Rock and Paws Animal Rescue in the Lake Hughes area after serving a warrant for violations on animal welfare laws. Veterinarian staff members are triaging animals at the site, rushing others to medical centers. I'm Carmen Roberts. This is Fox News.
The Drive with Curtis
Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
We are ready to go. It's Penn and Illinois for a spot in the second round, and the Fighting Illini control the tip. Get it in for Wackler, averages just under 18 points per game. Nice find. Boswell put it on the board at 3. Boswell on a kick. Look at this mismatch now. Boswell getting physical and gets inside for the deuce. They do a great job under Brad. This guy really likes the booty ball. Switch it. Mirkovic powers in for 2. Lob it in. Mirkovic also brings a 7-foot wingspan to the party. That's a spin and bucket. What a great set. There's a 4-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Walker. Shake, bake, bucket. Jerry turns it on to nice crossover. Look at the size of this matchup here. Mirkovic off the double. Ball movement, find the open man. Stojakovic sticks it. Knocked away. Boswell takes it in for the bucket and the foul. Or better. Oh, wow! Mirkovic is at another level. Total clear out. He didn't even use the screen. Penn hung around in the first half, but this second half's been a different story. They are shooting lights out. Tomislav Ivasic, and 16 rebounds and a hug from associate head coach Orlando Antigua. Coming the other way, Fighting Illini. Hold on. Humrick House. They can really fill it up, this kid. Trying to knock it away, and they come away with it. Illinois, A.J. Red. How the game has changed. It has changed big time. 65 points in the second half for Illinois. A lopsided win for Illinois as they defeat Penn 105-70.
You wanted a beatdown, you got one last night, baby.
Beat down.
ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. The Illini blow out Penn in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Although that first half, shots were not falling, sir. But they were certainly falling in the second half. 65 points. Most ever by an Illini team in a half in an NCAA tournament. 105, now the high scoring mark for the Illini. Most points ever scored by an Illini team in the tournament. Let's start with it. Let's. What did you like? I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody liked Merck. From start to finish to post game, it was Merck against the world. But the shots started falling after he really took over that game.
Yeah, it's fascinating to watch him play. I was talking to somebody today on the phone, and I was like, it was just, you want those games. I mean, first of all, that's what should happen against an opponent like that.
Absolutely.
Merck realizes, there's nobody on this floor that can really do anything to slow me down or to stop me, and so I'm just going to do what I want. And, it was all over the place about, first half, shots not falling, first half, shots not falling. I think there were 5 for 21 from 3 to go into halftime, yet they still scored 40 points. So I was not worried, not even a little bit.
What changed in that first half? How did they get their 40 points, sir?
Well, I mean, they did what they always do.
Mm-hmm.
Like they chucked a bunch of threes, and then of those, let's see if I'm going to do quick math. 5 of 21, so 16 missed shots.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many offensive rebounds and putbacks they got off those 16 missed threes.
They dominated the offensive glass. They dominated the offensive boards in the first half. Merck dominated, and what an incredible performance. 17 total rebounds. He had 10 in the first half alone. So, you saw an Andre sighting last night in that first half. Andre kind of took over for a little bit, going to the basket. Really challenging Penn in the post, who had no answer for the Illini. I tweeted this out, and I meant it sincerely. There was no reason for that game to be close in the first half or whatsoever, and a lot of it just fell on shots not falling for the Illini versus anything that Penn was doing. Penn did nothing last night to really make you kind of chew your fingernails and go, oh, no, here we go again. There was nothing like that. But once the shots started falling, it got away quick. And I said, I can't remember, was it 91-60? Was that my prediction last night for the score?
It was something like, it was up there.
I mean, that was pretty close, It was 105 to it's pretty close.
You thought it'd be a 31-point win, and it was a 35-point win. Yeah. I think that's the bigger than getting the numbers correct, because that's so rare. I mean, who could ever predict a score perfectly?
Who? Who could do that?
I did it one time this year.
I did it as well. Yeah.
You did football.
Well, it didn't count. Yeah, but I even said how they would win. I said a walk-off from David Alano.
That's
I got retweeted by a bunch of people with blue check marks, buddy. How about that?
What was happening in the first half is with Penn, you had little Hector Zeroni, or whatever his name is, running around. That's the guy from Holes. But I was talking to a friend the other day, and they had not seen Shawshank. And they're like, but I've seen Holes. It's kind of like the same thing, right? Shawshank for kids. I was like, I don't.
Sure.
All right.
I guess so.
Zanoni was on a heater in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was hitting those right at the elbow, running around screens, kind of a little fadeaway mid-range jump shot, and it was going in just about every time. So that's what they were doing really in the first half. But other than that, you're right. Like, there was nothing. TJ Power was never any sort of a threat whatsoever.
No. The 40-some point game from the conference championship for the Ivy League was a distant memory last night.
Yeah, it wasn't there. And then, of course, Illinois' size was just overwhelming for Penn. So
217-359-2255. Love to hear from you on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. I would like to mention one player from Penn last night. He came off the bench. I believe his name was Dingleberry. Was that his name? Was it
Scantleberry?
Oh, Scantleberry. It wasn't Dingleberry. I apologize. I thought it was Dingleberry.
It's a very different thing.
Dingleberry. Yeah. No, his first name was Dalton. That's where I got the...
Oh, D-Berry.
D-Berry. So I thought it was Dingleberry. No, it was Scalt. But anyways, he seemed like he was in a whole lot of just hit Keaton Wagler. Like, that seemed to be his role off the bench for 13 minutes, was like, go foul Keaton.
Well,
and Underwood kind of talked about that a little bit, but although he didn't call the kid Dingleberry. He said there was a kid off the bench. Maybe he was worried he was going to call him Dingleberry. I digress.
Well, and that's the one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is one of the other things you talk about. What did the Illini do? They didn't foul, which they
at all.
That's it.
Yeah.
But also, how refreshing to see referees, officials call it.
I wish I had the audio from the Big Ten tournament, but I didn't have it set up.
Gosh, like it was. Watching the officials last night was just it felt like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. Whole different world, right?
Every time Keaton got hit, they were like, "Hey, you can't do that.
You can't do that."
I think there was even a play where Keaton got a foul called, and they called a foul on the defender, and even Keaton looked up like, "Oh, we're calling that." Oh, whew.
There's one where he got blasted by my guy Dingleberry on a screen, and Keaton ended up on his backside at the top of on the elbow at the 3-point line. But he looked up and he had a smile on his face, like, "Hey, thanks."
There was emotion out of Keaton Wagler last night.
Sure was.
He took a charge and just he's yelling on the floor. Smiling after just getting bulldozed, blindsided by Scuttleberry. I don't know what his name is.
Scantleberry, you just said, but
is that what I said?
As long as I can make the bit work, he will be
Scantleberry.
Dingleberry for me. 217-359-2255. Love to hear from you on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Scott and Terre Haute, Illinois used their size to build the lead. Did shoot terrible for a while. Hit everything in garbage time. Was it garbage time, though? Felt like, 65 points in the second half, Scott. I love you, buddy, but that's not garbage time.
How much of that second half would you qualify as garbage time?
Right?
Because they jumped out to a lead, and it's like, okay, I guess technically you could argue the last 15 minutes of that game was garbage time.
Yeah.
But the lead just kept growing.
I thought I sent you this text last night. Instead, it was I did not get to hit send.
I thought you were ignoring us.
I was not.
I was like, what the heck?
No. I off air before the show started yesterday, I told you the little man got sick. And then last night, it was Sis's turn as well. So the garbage cans were out at the Allen house. And I was going back and forth. But I thought I had sent you a text last night in regards to a couple of the things we're talking about, including Dingleberry, but they were just sitting there. So I want to publicly apologize to you And Cousin Coop, who was in the group text as well, for not responding like I thought I was.
I accept your apology.
Thank you. But what I was going to say in regards to like the garbage time thing, so when they went up, I don't know, 20 plus, and there was about 7 minutes left, I started to text you to say, these guys are going to be in until there's like 3 minutes left. He's not taking them out anytime soon. Like, it meant as much to Underwood as it did those players for that win last night to make that statement on that level with a pretty big national audience. I know there's other games going on, but the A team was covering the Illinois game last night.
I did find it fascinating that, there's like 3 minutes left in that game, 4 minutes left in that game. You got a massive lead. Mm-hmm. You know, the game is far from over, and they're running sets for Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
They're throwing it down low to him. They're saying, go get some. When he hit his three, it was maybe my biggest reaction of the night. He jumped off the couch.
You were very happy.
Yes! Like, we're winning by 40, but I'm like, come on.
Here's another moment that was sitting in the unsent messages last night, and I was gonna kind of troll you and Coop just a little bit with it. Did you see the shot of the 3 Illini fans in the crowd? They were kind of in the upper level celebrating like crazy when Tommy got the and one. Did you see that moment?
Maybe.
All right. They cut to 3 guys in Illini jerseys. They're clearly in the upper level of the arena, and they're going nuts for Tommy in the and one. And one of them, you can read his lips perfectly. He says, "Finally, you're 7 feet tall." I
did see that.
I came unglued when I saw that guy. Finally, you're 7 feet tall. He's exasperated. He's talking with his hands, and you can read his lips perfectly. And that was my jump up excited moment for Tom. I was cracking up when I saw that dude. Whoever he is, shout out to you, sir.
He listens.
I would hope so.
He listens.
I would hope so.
I mean, it's just and literally letting him just try and do something to get some confidence there at the end of that game.
We're still talking, right? I mean, that's really
the first half for Tommy was rough.
No,
it was a bad half once again.
Yes.
And I'm not even talking about defensively, rebound wise.
It looked like Murphy's Law. Anything that could go wrong was going wrong for Tommy. It was not what you wanted to see against that opponent from him in the first half. You were hopeful for a get-right game. And the second half was much, much better. Much better. But, yeah, it did feel like, especially when they were, was it 5 for 21 from beyond the arc you just said? I believe that was the first half number. You're going, here we go again. I don't know if I feel good about this. Blah, blah, blah. Same old story. But, no. Settled in, and for anybody who's like, Underwood, he doesn't make adjustments. I'd say he made a few adjustments, wouldn't you? It felt like maybe they were going inside a little bit more, which opened up the 3. It's like running the football to set up the pass, to go into the post to set up the triples. And everybody got some last night. Everybody had some great looks. 217-359-2255. Hey, let's do some Illini headlines, sir, because there's a lot going on yesterday and a lot happening this weekend.
Illini headlines on ESPN 93.5.
Yes, indeed. The Illini blowout pin 105-70 to roll on to the round of 32. Tomorrow they'll play at 6:25. And that is the single game record for Illinois in NCAA play. That 105 points, 65 in the second half. That's a program record as well. Merck, it was his night. He led the team in rebounding and a record for an NCAA tournament game for an Illinois player. 17 boards, 29 points, and VCU awaits tomorrow night. The Illini women take on Colorado tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. That'll be in Nashville. The winner of the first-round game between the Illini and the Buffaloes will take on the winner of the 2-seeded Vanderbilt and 15-seeded High Point. That game will be on Monday. All the action is on ESPN, too. Illinois versus Vandy. That could be a rather interesting matchup in the second round. I hope it happens. Fighting Illini continue their Big Ten slate as Rutgers makes the trip to Champaign for a 3-game series this weekend in baseball. First pitch is 6 p.m. tonight. Saturday's game starts at 3. Sunday's series finale starts at 1. Admission is free for all the games, and they're streamed on Big Ten+. Illinois wrestling team finished the first day of the NCAA championships yesterday from Rocket Arena. Your guy, Lucas Bird and Cannon Webster, each advanced to the quarterfinal round for the second consecutive season. Bird's back to the quarterfinals as the reigning national champ at 133. He's number 7 this year, his seed, where he began his tournament with a win against Rutgers number 26 seed Dylan Shaver in an 11-7 decision. In the next round, he's going to take on number 23 Braxton Brown of Maryland, where he cruised to a 5-1 decision. And now Bird will take on Ohio State's Big Ten champion, number 2 seed, Ben Davino. What a name. That's a wrestler's name.
He lost.
Yeah. He beat
That
him?
happened this morning.
Oh, I missed that.
Bird lost.
No.
So he's in the blood round.
Son of a biscuit eater.
So Cannon also lost in the quarters to Nebraska's guy.
That's my bad. I thought they were wrestling after 4
That's what I got on
o'clock.
over here.
No, I thought they wrestled at 4 today.
No, it was this morning.
Well, then I apologize for getting that one wrong.
Somebody sent you bad information.
Yeah.
That's not your fault. Not even a little bit.
Actually, the information came from the whoever does the press releases for Illinois wrestling. So that's my. I should have got on Twitter.
Just I had that thought, and that's it.
That's it.
Well, that's fine.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Well, that's a bummer. Davino beat Bird, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't close.
Oh.
They're a bad matchup for each other. Or I'm sorry, Davino is a bad matchup for Lucas Bird.
Wow.
So and it went as poorly as you would think it could go.
217-359-2255 for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Our guy John in Camargo. I promised John yesterday, because we missed a very nice text from him. And when I say nice, it was very well written. He had a lot of bullet points. I feel like John and Big Def are working an angle to be the 3rd and 4th guys on the show,
Make it happen.
And we only got 3 microphones in the studio right now. So if we can set up a 4th mic, maybe we can find a way to really open this thing up with Big Def and John. You're focused on something.
I'm doing math for John. I'm so sorry. I can only do one thing at once, and John has a great text. I think it's a misleading text.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you do some math. But while you're doing your math, quick break coming up in just a moment. Let's preview the show. We're going to try to get Dr. Thompson on to preview the Illinois women's game for tomorrow night with us. Also, maybe we'll do a tournament edition of Etched in Stones. And there are a couple of people in our March Mayhem Bracket Challenge are tied for first place with only 1 miss. I'm tied for 40th, I think. I missed a couple yesterday afternoon. Yeah. Alex G from Armchair Line is going to join us as well right around 4:25. Of course, we'll do our Friday toast and much more. Evan's doing math, and we'll see what the equation reveals next on The Drive.
Hi, this is Damon Hackelman, owner of Clean Right in Champaign. When disaster strikes your home or business, you have choices for emergency restoration services in Champaign County, and we're honored every time you choose us. At Clean Right, you're not calling a big national chain, you're calling a family-owned and operated company with deep roots right here in the community. We treat every customer like a neighbor, because chances are you are. Whether it's water damage, fire, storms, or unexpected emergencies, our certified and experienced technicians are ready with a 24/7 rapid response. We work alongside trusted expert partners to make the restoration process smooth and stress-free, guiding you every step of the way. Our goal is simple: to return your home or business to safe, clean, like-new condition as quickly and painlessly as possible. Learn more or request services anytime at cleanright.net. Clean Right, restoring properties and peace of mind across Champaign County.
Hey, we're looking for a couple of really professional drivers that know the ropes and would like to get a home where they're treated with respect, getting home every weekend, making a good wage, and doing the right things safely. Yeah.
Awesome. 2 people. All right. And how would they connect with you for that?
They can get me at TIMO@GFTLOG.com or 765-793-7131 extension 4, or even my cell phone right now, 765-505-1295.
And then for dedicated diesel off Route 45 on Triumph Drive, as you're driving toward Rantobi on the left-hand side, you'll find dedicated diesel. What do you offer there?
Hey, we've got a couple of good mechanics in, trailer mechanic and a tractor mechanic right now. We're doing DOT annual inspections, trailer repair, truck repair, just whatever you need, we can take care of.
Wow, that's really nice to know, because, we have to drive into some other cities. Not convenient. You can't get all that done here in Urbana at dedicated diesel.
When sewer or septic trouble hits, visit Berg Sewer and Septic. Family-owned and proudly serving Central Illinois, Berg specializes in sewer repair, septic service, water line repairs, sump pumps, and drainage solutions. They don't upsell. They solve the problem right the first time. From backups to breakdowns, count on Central Illinois' most trusted septic service. Berg Sewer and Septic. Dependable, honest, local. Get a second opinion you can trust. Visit bergtanksinc.com.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $150 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Well, I thought a couple things were vital in this game. I thought the first half we did a really, really nice job on power. I thought Kylan was absolutely phenomenal in that. I thought our process was very good in the first half. We just didn't make a lot of shots. That's where this guy came in. I thought he was the best player on the court tonight.
I mean, that's what I do every day, even practices and on games. I just crash the ball, trying to bring that physicality. And I mean, balls on offensive glass were just like magnets to me. They were, because I was crashing, and I got a lot of easy points on the rim, and that's what got me going, and the whole team, and just that.
It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. The boys are back. The boys are back. The boys
Yes, they are. ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. The boys were certainly back last night. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. The Illini, a dominant 105-70 win over Penn. And it sure did feel good. Text rolling in on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. 816 texter in reference to the guy that was on TV. And you could read his lips saying, "Finally, you're 7 feet tall," when Tommy got the and one. 816 texter. So funny, as myself and many of us saw that guy in the orange shirt in the stand shaking his hands, and I was texting my group, "This guy is all of us, Illini Nation." We were all thinking the same thing at the same time. John in Camargo, if you're just joining us, had a little math equation for Evan, and he made it a point to text in. The last time you did math, you hurt yourself.
It's true. I did cramp up last time I was attempting to do math.
See, I forgot about the cramp. Now that you say that, I just thought it was about the wheel falling off the chair.
No, I was cramping.
That's right.
That's
you did.
what happened.
You got the Charlie horse.
I was trying to do some math, and my hammy started cramping up, and it was. I mean, we got through it. We got through it.
We did.
So no cramps today.
Oh, you're doing just great.
No cramps today.
I like the shirt today, man.
I bought it today.
Did you really?
At Goodwill.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's very springtime. It's sunny. It's 81 out right now. I love it.
I know. I got some fertilizer down today, so I bought it yesterday. I picked it up today. I went and put down step 1. I do the Scott's.
Scott's, you're a Scott's guy? Okay.
Well, not in general, but they have the 4-step program, which makes it simple.
Yeah.
You know, someone texted in KISS the other day.
Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah.
And that's what I try to do. And so I put step 1 down a little bit late, but, we got hot fast.
Well,
to be this hot
here,
this quick.
Listen, just enjoy it because it's in the 80s, low 80s. Hey, I'm just telling you. Today, tomorrow, Sunday, it's gorgeous. Monday, we have a low below freezing, and then we're back in the low 50s. So, but if you were going to tell me we're in the low 50s coming out of the other day,
that's fine.
When it was 25 on Monday and Tuesday or whatever.
Well, the last time it snowed, it was your fault. You were telling us
it
for
was
weeks,
not my fault.
It's gonna snow.
Nope.
It's gonna snow.
I did not say it like that. I said it once. I said it once when the weather was nice. I was like, "This is fake spring. Just wait. It's going to dump some snow on us." That's what I said. 217 texter, Illini were the first team to ever score 100 or more points and have 5 or fewer turnovers in a tournament game as well. Appreciate that text.
That's pretty cool.
And that little nugget. All right, so you had the time to do the math equation. Are you and John about to match wits?
No. Well, yes. But no. I mean, John has sent a lot of good. Obviously, the running bit between John and Camargo and I is John. I think the bigger thing is we need to figure out what does John want to see happen?
I think he wants to see Illinois go to the low post offensively.
Well, this would be my question then, because he brings in stats about Z and all that stuff. What do you want Z to do? Do you want Z posting up? Like, is that that's what I? So, John, I'm going to ask you right now.
Well, read
Here's
the text. Read the text from John, and then everybody can be in the conversation together.
So he says, pregame last night, Mike LaTulip mentioned that he wanted to see the Illini go inside much more than normal, and he pointed out that, which I also said, for the record, going into Penn, we vastly outsized them.
Yeah.
And not
wasn't
like,
even close,
we're
yeah.
taller. It's like, no, we're taller. And he pointed out that Zvonimir, is number 1 in the nation in 2-point shooting percentage for centers, and Tommy is number 14. Z has missed 12 2-point shots this year. Unless it is a short shot clock, why are either of those guys allowed to shoot a 3-point shot? And then John says, minimize 3-point misses. That's what he wants to happen. But what does the offense look like then? Which is my continuous question is, what do you want the offense to look like if we're minimizing 3-point misses? Here's why. Here's the 2 points that I have on this consistently that we keep talking about. So Zvonimir is, before this year, he's a career 38% from 3 shooter. Last year, he shot 38% from 3 on a much higher volume than what he has done this year. This year, he has shot from 3 96 times. Okay. Last year, he ended the year with like 135 or something like that attempts from 3. And he shot 38%. So you know it's there. If he's shooting 38% right now, you'd be like, chuck it every time you touch the ball. Those are Keaton Wagler-esque numbers. This year, he's only shooting 29%. So a huge dip. Now, some of that probably has to be with he's not playing as much. So trying to get into a rhythm, trying to get that confidence back. But you bring up he's number 1 in the nation in 2-point shooting percentage. He's only missed 12 2-point shots all year. True. However, he's 56 for 68 on the year. How many of those 56 makes were dunks? Coming from the corner, cutting in, and then a dunk. It's not like I would say less than 10% of those 56 were post-ups. Oh, look, Z posted up on the block. We put it in down low to our big guys, letting them work. No, like that doesn't happen. It's like what we saw last night. It's fast break where he got that fast break dunk, and it's him cutting from the corner where we want him posted up. He's cutting from the corner and getting a lob and getting a dunk. So, I love when Z does that. However, what makes him successful in doing that is that he is a threat from the outside, and so he's got a lot more movement when other people are doing stuff. Now, we are on the same page. If I want Keaton or Kylan or Andre driving to the paint, yes, I want to see that happen more often. I don't want – Kylan did 2 or 3 times last night where he did step-back threes early in the shot clock. And I was furious. I agree. I don't want to see an early shot clock unless it's Keaton doing the move that he does, where he's able to kind of go right and then step back to his left. That's the only 3-pointer early in the shot clock that I'm cool with, unless it's a open Jake or Ben. When they're in the corner or at the elbow, like I'm cool with those early shot clock threes. However, anybody else, I want us going inside out, unless it's a Tommy pick and roll. Tommy, I still want, if he's open, shoot a 3 every time, because he also has the ability to do that. We've seen that. This team is the most dangerous they can possibly be. Their highest ceiling possible is with Tommy making 3s. If Tommy is only playing on the block, their ceiling is a lot shorter. So I want this team to try and maximize their ceiling as best as they possibly can. And I get that's why Brad and Tyler are running the offense they're running, because the tallest ceiling this team possibly has is with Tommy hitting that pick and pop 3 where he's wide open and on the elbow.
217-359-2255. That's the number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. For transparency's purpose, I was trying to find if there was a percentage of dunks for Z, and there's no
That's
record
what I
of
was
that.
trying. I was trying to look that up.
Nah, there's
I know
no way to.
somebody has it somewhere because I've seen people quote, like I think DIA or Illini Notes and Stats or whatever it is, that Twitter account. I think they have posted things about who has how many dunks. But I couldn't find it as I was just kind of quickly. So if you're a listener, or John and Camargo, if you're sitting around listening, you got all these other stats. If you want to try and figure out,
You're sitting around, to quote our guy Anonymous Randy, going, "Entertain me, clowns."
entertain me. If you've got a shot, I just genuinely, I'm interested to see how many of the 56 makes were dunks or cutting in. So there we go.
217-359-2255. Jay Money sent in a picture of some cool shoes. Does that mean it's a challenge for you in basketball? Is that what that is, the one-on-one game that's supposed to happen? You have made so many friends from this show, or even frenemies in a way. You know, Jay Money really wants to play you in a game of basketball. You got the 309 texter that wants to eat pizza with you, or just have you give him pizza. Did that ever happen?
He got tickets instead.
Okay, well, that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
And then
he got to go to a game.
And then there's John in Camargo. John says, not enough word dunks. That's my main point. Last year is last year. 33 games this year is a large sample size, and I don't need the experiment to continue with Z, Tommy, Andre, and Kylan clanking threes. I'm done with it.
You're done with 105 points.
Ryan and Fisher says, best offense in the country here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
that's Ryan and
we're
Fisher,
spending
best offense in the
way
country.
too much time talking about who's shooting threes and not. I agree. Like I don't need Andre shooting a three, although he hit one last night. I don't need Andre shooting a three from with unless it's a last second. I don't need Z. I'm cool with Z not chucking threes. I could be on board with you there because he just doesn't. It's too late in the season to figure that out. Tommy is like, we need Tommy. Oh, that's my phone.
Who is that? Is that Humrick House calling you?
It is a St. Louis number.
Okay.
Which is not Humrick House. So, Tommy, we need to get him going. We're talking about a large sample size. The only sample size we have of Tommy is the last month where it's not been going. Before the last month, it was going.
I'm going to say something, and this is just to quote my guy Merck. I just had this thought last night, and that was my thought. Maybe what you're seeing out of Tommy this year is what you're seeing out of Tommy this year. Everyone's waiting for this great turnaround to happen, or for him to be this elite three-point shooter, and maybe he's just not. Maybe his game this year is what it is, man.
That's what I'm saying, though, because for the first from November to end of January.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he had that dry spell a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah.
From I would say from December to late January, that's who he was. I mean, I thought when Tommy let a three go, it was going in. I was more confident, other than Keaton, I was more confident in Tommy hitting a three than anyone else on the team. And you want to get back to that somehow because that's where the ceiling is the highest with this team.
There's always going to be highs and lows throughout the year for a team. And with this team, one of the recurring themes has been needing the veteran leadership to step up at different times. When they've had these low points, and, Kylan talked about last week, they had the players-only meeting. Was that at his apartment? He had everybody over. Is that the story that was going around? I know that Kylan had the players-only meeting, but, that's... you got to kind of find it from within, as Underwood's always talked about. But it is interesting that we keep going back to this story about the veteran leadership and needing them to be the ones that step up versus, we got to get more out of our freshmen. We got to get more out of Keaton Wongler. We got to get more out of David Merkovich. We got to get more out of the younger guys.
Yeah.
217-359-2255. Ryan says, we're Monday morning quarterbacking them. Gotta love fandom. Hey, that's what gets ratings, baby.
Hey,
no, we don't get ratings.
It is what it is. So, and like you say, it ain't what it ain't.
It is what it is, and it ain't what it's not, or it's not what it ain't. 217-359-2255. The good doctor is going to join us here in just a few, Dr. Daniel Thompson, and he'll preview the Illini women's game with us. Of course, they play tomorrow, Colorado, 10 o'clock. And one want to give a shout out to him because he does a great job breaking down all the Illini women's games this year. He's been fantastic. But I wanted to play you one thing before we catch this break, because this is just kind of what it's all about. Did you hear the High Point student call last night from their win? Did you see that clip going around?
I've seen the clip. I've not listened to it yet.
If you haven't seen it or heard it, I want you to just take a minute to listen to this, because this is what March Madness is all about here.
To Anderson, driving, step back. In circles now, Johnson catch and shoot. Chase Johnson! That's what they needed! Timeout! Timeout! Portland! Do you believe it? Go! Here comes Johnson! The layup! It's good! It's good! Johnson! On transition! Oh! Takes it in bounds. 9 seconds. Boyd wants it inside. Drive. 6 seconds. What? And Boyd, they launch down court. Anderson gets it. Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story in Portland, Oregon. For the first time in program history, High Point breaks through. We will see you in the round of 32.
That's awesome. And that's their student broadcast doing that as well. Marty is on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us right now. Marty wanted to make a comment about Keaton Wagler. Marty, what's going on, man?
I was proud of Keaton and happy that he shot more three-point attempts. He needs to do that every game. He got in the habit of just wanting to drive the lane and make layups, and the refs weren't going to be any help. He wasn't going to get any calls because they're, I don't know, oblivious. I don't know what they got against calling a foul against somebody that whacks Keaton Wagler, but they just don't see it like us fans do. And it's real. It's not like I'm just making it up. But anyway, it's really nice to see him shooting more threes. Just keep shooting them. He'll make his percentage, and that'll help the team more.
Absolutely. Marty, thank you so much for the call, man. We appreciate you. 217-359-2255. That's the number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line or the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line. Appreciate the call from Marty. Appreciate all the texts that are rolling in. We're going to talk with the good doctor, Dr. Daniel Thompson, coming up next about the Illini women and their game against Colorado tomorrow night. That's next on The Drive.
PDR Automotive in Urbana is a locally owned repair shop, and they've now serviced over 250,000 vehicles in their near 50-year history. Now, that's more than 4 times the size of a sold-out Memorial Stadium. It's more than all Division I athletes in the country combined. That's more than the entire population of Champaign County. That's more than, well, you get the idea. When you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Amber Oberheim, she's a family nurse practitioner at OSF Medical Group in Monticello. How do women remember to take care of themselves?
We need to remember that self-care isn't selfish. We look a lot at preventative medicine, and so we're looking at different screening tests for women, mammogram, and then of course colon cancer screenings. Those are starting earlier now, age 45, and if you have a family history of colon cancer, then it may even be a bit sooner than that.
Learn more at osfhealthcare.org.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Looking for a great place to relax, grab a bite, and have some fun? Head to the Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. This well-furnished hometown tavern has something for everyone. Enjoy great food, a full bar, and a welcoming, family-friendly atmosphere. Step outside to the outdoor patio, challenge your friends on the golf simulator, or check out the full game room. Whether you're stopping in with the kids for dinner or meeting friends for a drink and some gaming machines, Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill is the place to be. Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. Good food, good fun, and good times waiting for you.
Since we opened our doors in 1868, Busey has fostered deep customer relationships and vibrant communities, embodying a legacy of partnership and progress. With multiple lines of business, we provide a range of financial solutions tailored to your needs. From digital banking to planning for retirement, Busey is here to help you achieve your financial goals. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Looking for a fun and affordable way to spend spring break? Head to the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center, located at 102 East Michigan Avenue. From March 16th through the 20th, enjoy public swim daily from 1:30 to 5 p.m. Admission is just $6 per swimmer and only $3 for spectators. And a zero-depth pool, perfect for the little ones. While you're there, grab your membership for the outdoor pool and get ready for summer. For more information, call 217-384-7665 or visit urbanaparks.org. From the Urbana Park District, you belong here.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
I feel great. This is something I don't care. This is something you never take for granted. To be able to hear our name called 2 consecutive years now here at Illinois, it's an amazing thing, amazing feeling. So we'll get to work tonight and start preparing for Colorado.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That was Fighting Illini women's head coach Shauna Green. Getting ready for the Illini women's game tomorrow night against Colorado. 8:30 tip-off in Nashville, playing on Vandy's campus. And it's an exciting time if you're an Illini Hoops fan. And we're very, very pleased to have joining us right now on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line. We say this all the time. I don't know if anybody does a better job covering Illini women's basketball than our next guest. He does a phenomenal job. He is the doctor. Dr. Daniel Thompson's on the phone with us. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I've just been soaking up as much basketball as I can the last 2 days.
Well, you and I and Evan, as what we're all soaking it up. Is your bracket doing all right so far on the men's side of things?
I'm going to be real. I have not filled out a bracket in a decade because I want to enjoy March Madness.
There you go, baby. I love that, man. I like that a lot.
Boy, that's a purist at heart right there.
It's refreshing, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I don't. Maybe part of that's just coping with being so terrible at filling out a bracket.
I was going to say I should try that, and then immediately I was like, I'm not going to try that. But
Yep.
all right, so we got the Illini women. Obviously, so much attention has been on. The men played last night. And then, unfortunately, it looks like, what time's the women's game tip off or supposed to tip off tomorrow night?
8:30.
Is that 25 minutes after the previous game or something like that?
Yeah. I would assume so, yes.
So, okay, they might line up quite nicely then to be able to catch both at the, one right after the other. But what can you tell us about this Colorado team?
Yeah, they had a little bit of a rise late in the season for the Big 12, and, there are a lot of good basketball teams in the Big 12. A number of teams made the tournament. I do think, and, famous last words, right, and certainly Illinois women's basketball is not going to be approaching it this way. I do think it's a fairly favorable matchup for the Fighting Illini. They don't have really a top-level signature scorer in the way that Illinois has. I don't think their quality of depth is as good as Illinois. And then, you know what? Illinois has the benefit of coming from a conference that had 12 teams make the NCAA tournament, which is just absurd. So, there's plenty of good things for this Colorado team, but I just think that Illinois, improving their tournament stake from last year to this year, getting a 7 seed, that was a huge deal.
Doc, if I may call you Doc, Daniel, I'm going to. I'd like to. Doc, when I look at some of the statistics, one thing that has been a weakness for this Colorado team has been turnovers, and the Illini women have thrived with that. If the Illini women are winning the turnover battle, does it feel kind of fait accompli that they're going to move on to the next round and probably against Vandy, or what are some other things that this Colorado team does well that might offset the turnover battle?
Yeah, I think one of the things that Illinois is going to struggle with from time to time is just size and depth of size, but really I don't think it is too foreboding in a significant enough way for them to be super concerned. I just think this is one of those games where Illinois is going to approach this like they approach every game, and which is to say, hey, we want to control the offensive rebounds and the turnovers and the paint points that we give up, and they feel like if they play their brand of basketball that they are going to give themselves a chance. And I certainly think that's the case against Colorado.
Yeah, I agree with what you bring up, the not just size, but depth of size, because I do think when you, I mean, obviously this Illini team, as it has been for the last couple of years, they're a little bit thin when it comes to depth. You know, they're only playing 6, 7 girls, and if a team's got a front court that they can just keep rolling out there with multiple girls, it's gonna wear this Illini team out quickly. But I don't think, like you said, that's the case tomorrow night. Talk about the 12 Big Ten teams in the tournament, because that is absurd.
Yeah.
How many Big Ten teams are there? And then the fact that the Illini are a 7 seed in the midst of all of that. How does the Big Ten get so many teams in the tournament?
Well, it helps when you add USC, Oregon, Washington, and UCLA for starters. You know, so basically all of the good teams from the Pac-12 of old have become a part of this stat conference. And then, you know, when you think about it, you have a conference with 18 teams, and 2/3 of them make it into the tournament. Yeah, that's mind-boggling. But Illinois played every team in conference close this year. They didn't lose by more than, I want to say they had like a 16-point loss at Michigan the day after they lost Gretchen Dolan for essentially the entire season. So what they benefited from in terms of their net ranking is Illinois just did not have a bad loss this year. Maybe you could point to the Oregon State game early on in the year, which that was, I think, a quad 2 or 3 loss at the end of the day. But, you know, when you play teams that are in the top 30 of the net night after night, which there are 30 teams, there are 12, those 12 teams are all in the top 30 of the net. You're going to be prepared for postseason play, and that's why I think more than anything else, why I have so much confidence in this Colorado matchup, because, yeah, I mean, Illinois played a Colorado tier team or better every night for the majority of the last 3 months.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis at 7. Our guy, the doctor, Dr. Daniel Thompson, on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. It really is, Daniel, sort of a clash of styles between Illinois and Colorado. The Illini and Shauna Green squads have typically liked to push the pace a little bit. This Colorado team's kind of a slow it down, grind it out. I want to look ahead, though, a little bit, and I know that's never really wise to do that in the tournament, but I do want to look ahead at this Vandy team.
We can do it.
We can.
They don't.
Yeah,
They don't.
We're fine.
That's fine. That's true.
Yeah.
I want to look ahead at this Vandy team, who, as a number 2 seed, they have national title aspirations. And for folks that aren't familiar with them, how good is the Vanderbilt team?
Well, they got a player, Michaela Blakes, who is on another level. 27 points a game, playing in the SEC is insane. They've got a freshman point guard in Aubrey Galvin who is electric. She is a table setter, but also she just makes plays that gets that fan base engaged. And that's the thing that you've got to pay attention to, is not only is this a team that could have been a 1 seed at different points in this season, they get to play on their home floor against these teams in the first 2 rounds, which I know that's not familiar for everyone on the men's side, but we will be playing at Vanderbilt. So, elite fan environment. I'm pretty sure their coach just won Coach of the Year, at least in one of the votes, and they are maybe having the best season of Vanderbilt women's basketball ever. So, if you win against a team like that, that would be far beyond anything that Illinois women's basketball has done, maybe ever, but certainly in my entire lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, I would much rather go up against a really good team that is new to being really good than one of those staples. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I know Vanderbilt has had an incredible season, but it's new to them too. You know, like this is, they're at the mountaintop of where they've been. So, is the Illini women's team healthy right now? Do they have, other than Gretchen Dolan? I know there was a couple other, nicks here or there. How are they looking going into tomorrow night?
Well, they're very cagey about that stuff in general, but in particular, other than Gretchen, I don't think there are any outstanding issues. And you got to think, now it has been a week and a half, going on 2 weeks since they've played a game, so they will have had copious amounts of time, and they've got an excellent basketball facility with a lot of emphasis in recovery. I've seen the facility. They're going to be in as good of shape as they possibly can be for this. And the thing that I would mention just with that potential second-round matchup, like they played a number 2 seed Iowa at Iowa, which is perhaps the most electric fan environment in the United States for women's basketball. They were up 6 points on what is now a number 2 seed in the fourth quarter at their house. So they were also on unequal rest in that game. They will be on equal rest with Vanderbilt in this game, should it come to pass. That's what makes me very excited for them to have a crack at this. I thought, like, if they somehow, like, if Duke had ended up with a 2 seed and they ended up in Durham, that might have been a more favorable matchup for them based off of what I've seen. But, man, I know they relish this opportunity and they ain't scared. They're, like, eager to show who they are against this team.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it tomorrow night, and I love the fact that they're not tipping off at the same time. That I can give my full attention to both games. So I love that. Okay, I want to switch gears just a little bit because I don't know who else to ask who would know this. I don't want to put you on the spot because I know it's all fresh, it's new. The WNBA and the Players Union, they agreed to a new CBA. How big? I know it takes the salary cap for a WNBA team from $1.5 million to $7 million. How big of a deal is this?
Oh, I mean, massive. And the thing that I think is hard for the general fan base is it's hard to empathize with people who make hundreds of thousands of dollars at the minimum. Well, up until recently, that wasn't the case in the WNBA. If you were Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese coming into the WNBA, neither of them made more than $70K in a year for their base salary. And so when you look at that and you say, in this upcoming CBA, the minimum contract will be greater than what the Supermax deal was for the best players in the league, that shows you the amount of growth that's occurred in women's basketball. There's a $2.2 billion TV deal that is coming online that is obviously going to change the economics of the game forever. There are over $1 billion in expansion franchise fees that have been infused into the league. There are people who are lining up for permission to have a little bit of stake in the world of women's professional basketball. But I think the most important thing, this was so important, is they codified that they will be sharing gross revenue, not net revenue. And why that is such a big deal is because when you're working with anyone, if they say to you, hey, like, you can have X share of the profits, but you're just going to have to trust me that I'm being honest about the profits, it is way more advantageous for you and way more secure for you as a worker to get a portion of gross revenue, and that's what the players codified in this deal, and is going to change the landscape of women's professional, like, sports equity forever.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Daniel, are you going to be on the road into Nashville for the game tomorrow night, or will you be at home?
I am going to get in my Prius, and I'm going to pop down to Nashville tomorrow. So I will be at the game. I will be driving, like 72, getting as fuel efficient as we can. I mean, I know y'all seen the gas prices.
I spent 55 at the pump yesterday, and it hurt. It hurt a lot.
It does hurt. But, when we've got excellent basketball to watch, we do what we have to do.
That's right. Sacrifices must be made. Where can they find you on the socials, sir?
dr.thompson on Instagram and Threads. And, I'm going to be pumping out as much as I can to keep people engaged with the game.
Love it. Great stuff. Safe travels. Looking forward to talking to you again, hopefully next week, and hopefully after at least one Illini women's W.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
All right, that is our guy, the good doctor, Dr. Daniel Thompson on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line.
Good stuff.
Yeah, really good stuff, and some really good nuggets there on the new CBA with the WNBA.
A lot of letters.
That is. I didn't mean for it to flow like that, but it did. It's pretty good.
Good stuff, man.
But yeah, well, if you're going to be watching the Illini women's game tomorrow night, along with the men's game, and I know you will be, if it turns into a track meet, great stuff for Shauna Green's squad. If things start to slow down, they stay under 70 points, a 65-point type game, it favors Colorado a little bit, but it will be a very good game. Looking forward to seeing that one.
Yeah, I'm excited. Just let them girls. Same thing that Coach Underwood said. Just roll that ball out there. Let it rip.
Let it rip. 217-359-2255 is your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Keep those texts coming. We're going to check out our brackets and your brackets as well coming up in the next hour. Also, Alex Chi from Armchair Illini. A lot of fun talking with him last week. He's going to be back on with us in the next 25 minutes or so. Plus, we'll do our Friday toast. So a lot to get to. Time for news on The Drive.
It's tied for the second longest government shutdown. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Senate Democrats blocked funding again today for the Homeland Security as the partial government shutdown pushes through day 35.
5 weeks now into this shutdown of DHS, and there is little to no optimism here on the Hill that this is going to get fixed anytime soon.
Fox's Bill Maloogian on Capitol Hill. Democrats refuse to fund DHS without reforms to ICE and Customs and Border Protection for immigration operations. Instead, they have offered to fund TSA, the Coast Guard, and FEMA separately so that they can get paid, but Republicans refuse. The UK gave the U.S. permission today to use its base to launch strikes against Iranian sites targeting the Strait of Hormuz. That decision comes after President Trump called NATO cowards for not helping secure the strait, and the U.S. is launching strikes today along Iran's southern coast.
The Pentagon says A-10 Warthogs are now engaging targets along Iran's southern coastline in an attempt to open up the Strait of Hormuz.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson in Dubai, and this as the Pentagon deploys more warships and Marines to the Middle East.
In San Diego, the USS Boxer setting sail with the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit, the Pride of the Pacific, bringing more than 2,000 Marines to the Middle East. It will take about a month to arrive.
Iran's Supreme Leader also issued a statement today. Fox's Mike Tobin from Tel Aviv.
While Israel is actively hunting what remains of the leadership in Iran, the new Supreme Leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, has not been seen. But suddenly today, there was a statement read reportedly by him on Iranian state TV that counters what Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said, that Iran can no longer manufacture missiles or enrich uranium. Messages today said Iran can indeed make missiles.
And stocks tumbled with the conflict continuing. The Dow lost 444 points. The S&P 500, 100 points.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-515-1771. That's 800-515-1771. 800-515-1771.
News.
Another spring break season tragedy, this time in Florida.
An Indiana University student and school grad found themselves in the path of Miami Beach mayhem. Police were called on an old Nissan Sentra no lights and a high rate of speed, barreling down Collins Avenue, right into the pair crossing the street. The impact launched them into the air, bent the hood of the car upward into the windshield, yet witnesses say the driver kept going a block and fled into a Walgreens. Bystanders tagged the hiding man. Police say 42-year-old Aiden Negron Morris claimed he was trying to kill himself, stole his girlfriend's car, closed his eyes, hit the accelerator, and hoped to die. But it was the college couple he hit who died. He's under arrest, being investigated for a second hit and run nearby. Therese Crowley, Fox News.
6 years after Breonna Taylor's death in a Louisville police raid gone wrong, the Justice Department asked a judge to dismiss the last remaining charges against two former officers in the interest of justice. Former Detective Joshua Janes and former Sergeant Kyle Meany still face charges of falsifying the warrant that led police to raid Taylor's apartment. Police shot and killed her when they broke down her door while serving a no-knock drug warrant looking for her former boyfriend who no longer lived there. Martial arts master and action star Chuck Norris dies. His roles in Walker, Texas Ranger and other TV shows and movies made him an iconic tough guy. Here he is in The Expendables 2 with Sylvester Stallone.
I heard another rumor that you were bitten by a king cobra.
Yeah, I was. But after 5 days of agonizing pain, the cobra died.
He was admitted to a hospital in Hawaii this week. His family says he died suddenly yesterday at age 86. I'm Carmen Roberts. This is Fox News.
I'm very honored to have Brittany Algie in my studio. She's advanced practice registered nurse specializing in behavioral health at OSF Healthcare Sacred Heart in Urbana. Now has several options for inpatient, outpatient behavioral health, offering medication management and therapy to treat depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia, PTSD, and more. Isn't it? You have to kind of agree you kind of need to talk to somebody.
Absolutely.
How do you get to that?
Being honest and doing a self-check-in about how you feel. Checking in with your emotions, seeing like, am I okay? Because a lot of times we're highly functioning, feeling depressed, we're feeling overwhelmed, and we don't take a minute to just pause and actually see how we're feeling.
But so take stigma, Brittany, and you don't want to talk to somebody because then they'll think you're crazy.
Well, there's no such thing as crazy. So there's nothing wrong with asking for help because life is always going to be challenging. There's always going to be stressors that come along.
So we commend you and
Thank you.
Somebody who loves what they do. So I'm going to give out your number.
Behavioral health professionals, OSF Healthcare Sacred Heart Urbana, 217-337-4310. Check out the Spring Gathering with Rotary District 6490 on Saturday, April 11th from noon to 4 at the First Baptist Church, 1602 South Prospect Avenue in Savoy. Enjoy several performances, games and activities for the kids, food trucks, and the Business Expo. Bring a new pair of shoes to help kids under 18 and contribute to Mount Vesuvius. Thank you for the sponsoring businesses like Area Wide Technologies, Tapman Stowing, Dish Passionate Cuisine, Minuteman Press, Central Illinois Sheetrock, the Village of Savoy, and First Baptist Church. After the Spring Gathering and Expo, make arrangements to get motivated with the conference from 4 to 8. It's all brought to you by Rotary District 6490. The Spring Gathering, Saturday, April 11th at First Baptist Church, 1602 South Prospect Avenue in Savoy. Always on the pulse of what's happening in our community at Stevie J Broadcasting.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Attention outdoor enthusiasts, get ready for the 36th annual Illinois Deer Classic and Illinois Fishing Expo. Join us March 20th through the 22nd at the Peoria Civic Center for the ultimate hunting and fishing experience. Explore hundreds of vendors selling top brands in the outdoor industry. Gear up for the Big Buck Contest and meet fellow hunters and anglers who share your passion. Bring out the family, find deals on gear, get tips from experts, and let the kids cast a line at the free kids fishing pond. Join us at the Peoria Civic Center for the Illinois Deer Classic, March 20th through the 22nd. See you there.
Looking for a great place to relax, grab a bite, and have some fun? Head to the Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. This well-furnished hometown tavern has something for everyone. Enjoy great food, a full bar, and a welcoming, family-friendly atmosphere. Step outside to the outdoor patio, challenge your friends on the golf simulator, or check out the full game room. Whether you're stopping in with the kids for dinner or meeting friends for a drink and some gaming machines, Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill is the place to be. Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. Good food, good fun, and good times waiting for you.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
It is a good day for a beer, you know. It'd be a good day to have a cold one. We'll do that. We'll do our Friday toast here in just a little while. Less than an hour from now.
And this is the best time of year for this song.
Yeah, it is.
Because
here's why.
67 teams are about to have their heart broken.
That's right. And what else can they do as long as they're of age than have an ice cold beer, because that will never break your heart.
Won't break your heart.
No. ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. Alex Chi from Armchair Illini going to join us in the next 20 minutes to talk about last night's Illini men's win over Penn. Preview the next round with VCU. That game tomorrow night, scheduled for 6:25. Although last night's game was supposed to start at 8:30, and then it didn't start till almost
overtime,
9.
Man.
OT. It's tournament time. I don't care if it's the NCAA tournament or like high school regionals, sectionals, holiday tournaments, whatever. When it's a tournament, nothing starts on time. No. Maybe not even the first game of the tournament starts on time.
Especially sometimes they do times and you're like, that's not going to work.
There's no way that's going to happen. No.
Like, yeah, whatever. So I know that I have. Did you get to watch any of the games this morning? Because when I was joking with you, when I came into studio, the TV was off and I was like, you have the self-control of a wizard.
It was not self-control. I was just very, very busy all day. It's been a busy day. And, I have another job besides this one. I don't know, maybe 4 jobs besides. But anyway,
I was about to say one.
I got a couple besides this one. Every day I'm hustling, but it was a very, very busy Friday morning for me. And like I said, I interviewed Rick Ross one time. That was a trip.
What?
Yeah, I'll have to tell you that story here in a minute. That's when he came to town. That was a trip. But anyways, then I got 2 sick kiddos at home, and even if I wanted to watch some of the early games, they were busy watching some kids baking show with Jesse Palmer while they relaxed. And,
of course,
as
one does,
as you do. Apparently, you don't watch The Price is Right anymore when you're sick.
No,
you watch Jesse Palmer and kids baking cakes.
The options are vast. So hey, we kicked off the day with a bang.
Yeah, we did.
Kentucky and Santa Clara, and remember, one of my guarantees. Now, we lost it last night, but one of my guarantees
the Saints were going to march along.
The Saints would all be victorious. And it was looking good. St. Mary's never really looked good last night, actually. But I was thinking, for sure I went 3-1, which, it's close.
Santa Clara did beat Kentucky, yes?
No,
that's the one we missed?
Santa Clara.
No, that's the only one I thought would happen.
Oh, no. Well, St. Mary's lost last night to Texas A&M. Santa Clara hit a 3 to take the lead, to go up by 3 with 2 seconds left on Kentucky.
Yeah.
And then Otega Owe hit a half-court shot to send the game to overtime. And then Kentucky pulls it out in overtime, 89-84 over Santa Clara. So the 7 seed moves on. And then after that, it's just been kind of a ho-hum day. Texas Tech beats Akron. Akron hung on for a while there. I know that was a popular 12-5 pick.
That messed up my bracket. I was looking at when I looked at the 12-5 matchups. To me, Akron had the best opportunity to win because of some of the injuries and some of the issues that Texas Tech has had. It's been well documented. There you go. That's why I'm in 44th place now in our bracket challenge.
Akron hung on for a while. And then you could just see kind of in the last 10 minutes of that game, the horses just kind of, they took off for Texas Tech. So Texas Tech wins by 20, 91-71. A lot of high-scoring games in this tournament.
Loving it.
Arizona up against the 16 seed Long Island. I think that game started out 45-0. Like, it just was never anything. Arizona moves on 92-58. And then Virginia hangs on. They beat the 14 seed Wright State 82-73, but they were down 5 at the half, and Wright State was making some moves on them there, even in the second half late. But if they would have dropped another one.
Yeah. And I'm looking at our bracket challenge, our March Mayhem bracket challenge at StevieJ.com. And Cade, I'm going to mess up your last name, Cade. Cade Sestek, I think is his last name, and Jared Robbins are both tied for first place now. They each have just one miss in their brackets so far. And I don't know where you are, but I'm way down on page 3.
Listen.
I'm on page 3 of the brackets. I don't know where you are, though.
Trying to keep track of rankings in the first day or two is just, it's pointless because I'm in 120, 150th or something like that, and I think I'm 3 games behind first place. It's just like everything is so
There's been little things that I've noticed on the brackets too. Like I thought Uncle Lon had entered one, but that was just the name of somebody's bracket. It said Uncle Lon. I was like, oh man, Lon entered a bracket.
Yeah.
He doesn't work here now, so he's going to try to win the prize pack. But it's that's Jeffrey Taylor. That's not Uncle Lon. And I also noticed there are a lot of brackets that have your name. And what I mean by that isn't like, hey, this is Evan Stone's bracket, but it's like Evan Stone's cousin, Evan Stone's #1 fan. I know Evan Stone. And then there's no names. It'd be like, bracket A, B, C, D, E, F, G or something like that. But
are you insinuating what I think you're insinuating?
I'm not insinuating any chicanery at all. I haven't even used that word. I just noticed that some of our listeners or folks that have signed up.
I did see my roommate was on there.
Evan Stone's roommate. That's
Evan Stone's roommate.
That's
my college roommate went ahead and filled out a bracket.
So I would hope there's no chicanery going on, sir. But no. I just noticed all these other funny names and that people had, and I was like, man, nobody named their bracket after me. But boy, there are a lot of people that say, hey, I'm Evan Stone's best friend.
Sometimes you just invite it onto yourself, and
what's that supposed to mean?
Here's why you can know there's no chicanery, because Judah, my 10-year-old, filled out a bracket. He also has only missed one game so far.
Oh, nice.
So
he did it on his own, or did he?
He did it on his own.
Way to go, dude.
Did it on his own. I held it for him. We did it on my phone on the ESPN thing.
Let him make the picks.
And he made the picks, and so yeah, he's doing good. I wanted to briefly talk about this.
Yes,
because I'm interested in what our listeners would say. So give me your opinion on the Maximum City Recycling text line 217-359-2255. So I briefly brought up Virginia. Mm-hmm. They squeaked by the 14 seed again. If they would have lost that game, they would, in the last several years, obviously they lost to the 16 seed. They were upset by Ohio in 2021, 2022, the 13 seed.
I remember that game.
They lost to Princeton, I think, who's a 14, 15 seed. That's all in the last several years.
Yeah.
However, in the midst of that, they have a national title. So, it's the age-old question, Illinois fans. Would you take one national title
in exchange
to then
for
get upset by double-digit seeds in 5 out of 6 years?
See, I'm thinking about, other than the Elite Eight run, I mean, isn't that kind of the basketball purgatory we've had at times? We've had these really, really, really darn good teams that have,
Yeah, but we're not getting upset. Loyola is the only year we got upset.
Well, that was, Sister Jean power on that one. Man.
Yeah. Every other year, people want to talk about Brad and March, and that's the only upset I think there's been in his March resume here at Illinois.
Yeah.
Every other year you look at it and you're like, yeah, it makes sense.
So would you take a national title if it meant you're getting bounced and upset early
by not even by nobodies, by 13, 14, 15 seeds? Would you take that title to let that happen?
217-359-2255. Love to get your feedback. That is an interesting question.
Because that's what Virginia has done. They sold their soul for one title, and now they're losing to 14 seeds for the next decade.
If the Illini go on a run in this tournament, if they are what Underwood said they are, and a lot of us believe that they are a Final Four caliber team, and they go beyond that and they win the national title, it's an awesome experience. They win the Natty this year. Would you be okay getting bounced early over the next 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
Kind of scaling it back a little bit,
And once again, not just bounced early like you lost in the 8-9 game or you were upset in the 11-6 or whatever. You're a 2 seed and you're losing to the 15.
217-359-2255. Jay Money says, I just want one national title in my lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
That'd be nice. That'd be cool. I'd be all right with that.
Joe in Springfield says, give me the title,
baby. Give me the natty, Joe. Our guy Joe in Springfield says, give me the national title. What do you think? 217-359-2255. If the Illini win the national title this year, you okay with some tournament mediocrity over the next 4 or 5 years? I'm going to go ahead and answer that for myself. Yeah, I would be. Because it happened, right?
Once again, happened. And it's not even tournament mediocrity. It's just
getting clipped.
You are the butt of every joke.
Oh, now you're really stretching it out.
Well, if you're losing to the 14-15 seed and struggling with them every single year, like, you are the butt of the joke.
Give me your best Virginia joke.
Virginia in the tournament.
That's
the joke.
Not fair.
Like, I think everybody, they're playing Hofstra or whatever today.
Nicholas and Fisher championship all day, baby.
Yeah, we say that.
I added the baby. He said, people want a championship.
We say that.
Illini fans want they want to raise a banner, a championship banner, have it be right side up, and celebrate. They want some pyro going off in State Farm Center, right? We want to get into next fall.
People
that
say
moment.
that, and then all of a sudden you're losing to 14 and 15 seeds, and I think people would
so here's the
change their tune real fast.
Well, let me flip this one back to you then, sir. Would you rather that happen? Okay, you win the national title this year, and then you're scuttlebutt for the next 4 or 5 seasons, or would you rather be an Elite 8 team every year for the next 5 years?
Like you lose in the Elite 8?
You're not getting past the Elite 8. But you are an Elite 8 team, and you will have a wonderful experience year in and year out with your college basketball. You will enjoy the Illini. You know you're going to get a great run in the NCAA tournament. It's exciting, but there's that ceiling of the Elite 8, and you're not getting past that.
Here's the thing. The logical answer is you take the title no matter what.
Damn right you take the
title. Take the title no matter what. I just think people would change their tune post-title if we then were scuttlebutt, as you would say. They'd be frustrated. They'd be mad. They'd be angry. Nobody's going to be sitting back like, haha, but we had the title.
217 texter, it almost sounds like the Bruce Weber era, except he lost the title. Wow.
Hey, yeah.
I'll never get over the officiating in that game. I'm not a get angry at the officials guy. That's never been me. But, man, the calls to this day, 20-some years later, I go, Sean May was fouling the hell out of Roger Powell.
He just ran someone else over.
He just smashed Roger in the face, and nobody's blowing a whistle.
Here's the thing, though. Let's say the Illini do win that game. People are just cool with Bruce then? Like, he gets a longer leash?
Absolutely.
Same thing happens. Same thing happens. You're then getting bounced. You're not making the tournament. You're right, and people are still like, yeah, we're cool with Bruce being our coach.
Yeah, he's held in the same regard as Lou or any other legendary coach in Illinois basketball. I think he is.
I don't know.
You would have a few people. You'd have it would be a loud delegation of the Illini population that would say, he did it with Bill Self's players. He wasn't that good, blah, blah, blah. And they say that now anyways about Bruce because he didn't win the national title. Yeah. Well, he got that far because of Bill Self. If he wins the Natty, you would still have a few people that say that, but it wouldn't be like it is now. It wouldn't be like it's been over the last 15, 20 years.
Because this is the flip side of that is if they win the title, you're not allowed to complain when they start losing to the 15 seeds or not making the tournament. That's where I don't think people could do it.
Hey, Cubs fan here, right? Cubs fan.
You haven't complained since 2016?
Oh, that's just it. I'm just saying it's been a decade, and we're getting into that era of, man, that was such a great time. When are we going to get back to that?
I remember Uncle Lon sitting in this here studio.
Yeah.
Well, probably not this studio. On these airwaves.
He was on this airwave.
And saying, if the St. Louis Blues just win the Stanley Cup, I will never be stressed about another sporting event for the rest of my life. How's that holding up?
Well,
how do you think that's holding up for him?
Oh, well,
How long did that last?
I don't know. For Unc?
We're just such in the moment people. I think right now we say, yes, the Natty, and then we'd get 5 years after that, and people would be like, fire everybody. This is trash.
John in Camargo says, give me the Natty, baby.
He did say before that, I'm hesitant to give my
opinion. Oh, that's good. That's good, John. All right, 217-359-2255. Keep the text coming. Alex Chi from Armchair Illini going to join us next. We'll talk a little bit more or maybe even a lot more about last night's win over Penn. Definitely going to preview the VCU game a little bit as well. That's next on The Drive.
With like Lands Inc., we specialize in, we've got an amazing HVAC department that takes care of your furnace, your heat system, air conditioning, they do that. Yeah. And for us in Underground, we take care of all your pipes that come into your home, leave your home, and work around your home to keep it dry, your drainage system, sump pumps, things like that. And exactly what you said, if you don't know, a couple decades ago, it was more like, oh, something broke, go fix it, repair it, no big deal. Well, now with the technology, we have cameras, like you said, that we can come in on these orange comfort clubs, and we can camera your sewer lines underneath your house and check them out just to make sure they're fine. If there's something wrong with it, we can show you right then. Truth is in seeing it.
Yeah.
We show it to you, and then you can plan as a homeowner for making those repairs or dealing with that issue later on. If it's an immediate need, at least you're not caught off surprise.
That sewer camera inspection with a proper clean out. I was just learning more at landsinc.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
This is the Our Idea is Ready to Launch vision. This is the Create Great Jobs vision. This is the We Need More Space vision. This is Busey, where your business visions become realizations through securing capital for growth and comprehensive strategies that ensure a prosperous future. Because thriving businesses mean thriving people and thriving communities. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
At NCAA championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The National Collegiate Men's Gymnastics Championships, coming to Champaign, Illinois this April. Get your seats at ncaa.com/tickets.
Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Well, I thought a couple things were vital in this game. I thought the first half we did a really, really nice job on power. I thought Kylan was absolutely phenomenal in that. I thought our process was very good in the first half. We just didn't make a lot of shots. That's where this guy came in. I thought he was the best player on the court tonight.
I mean, that's what I do every day in practices and on games. I just crash the ball, trying to bring that physicality. And I mean, balls on offensive glass were just like magnets to me. They were, because I was crashing and I got a lot of easy points on the rim, and that's what got me going, and the whole team, and just that.
It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. The boys are back.
Yeah, they were.
The boys are back and they're looking for trouble.
That was a good one last night. ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. It was David Mirkovich's world. We were all just living in it for a couple of hours as the Illini roll past Penn in the opening round of the NCAA tournament, 105-70. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. And Alex G. from Armchair Illini on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us right now. Alex, can you kind of summarize just how good Mirk was for the Illini last night?
Yeah, I mean, 29 points, 17 rebounds. It's really, really hard to find another performance in general, not just from a freshman that's been as impressive. I think he made NCAA tournament history, and you think of all of the great players that have played in the NCAA tournament, particularly freshmen, just the last few years, Cooper Flagg, Zion Williamson, the list goes on and on. So he was really, really dang good, and I really think that he set the tone with his motor. He was awesome in that regard. I think he helped Illinois get past some pretty nervous energy to start the first half. So, yeah, to say the least, David Mirkovich was very, very good.
Yeah, we were talking all day yesterday before the game, and just saying over and over again, we just wanted somebody to bring the aggressiveness. We wanted somebody to get out there and, you know, be the person in the Little Giants that they take the tablets and they growl and all the thing. Alex, have you seen the Little Giants?
I have not.
Lost reference. Way to go.
Wow,
Way to go,
man,
dude.
I thought I nailed it.
A
Yeah.
90s classic
Yeah.
with Rick Moranis.
Dang it.
And Al Bundy.
Anyways, we were looking for someone to bring that aggressiveness, and looks like it was David. And so when you watched the first half versus the second half, what'd you see?
I think, I saw a very nervous team to start out. Obviously, with the way that they were shooting the ball. You saw Jake Davis get beat off a couple times on mid-range shots at the beginning. So defensively, I thought it was a little bit shaky. You saw that they got up about 10 points in the first half and then took some poor shots, I thought. They took a lot of settled threes, off the dribble threes, which led to Penn kind of cutting the lead back. And you thought, oh, here we go again. This team's got a lead and not really able to step on their throat. But I think second half, you really saw them just attack the rim at will. And they kind of figured out that, hey, this is an Ivy League team that shouldn't really be able to compete with us. So I think it was similar to that Moorhead State game that you think about 2 years ago with the Terrence Shannon Jr. team, that team that got out to like a 9-0 run at the beginning just because Illinois was a little bit tight. So, once you get that out and once you get the nerves out, the floodgates kind of open. Same thing 2 years ago. So that's kind of what I saw in the first half, a nervous team to start off. And then once the second half, they definitely settled in. And I think a large part of it was because of David Merkovic's motor. He got 8 offensive rebounds total on the night, 17. So it was a nervous team that was helped by their star freshman.
Alex, I want to look ahead to tomorrow night's game. Illinois VCU tip-off is supposed to be right around 6:25. We'll see. But it's a VCU team that some people are calling it an upset, their win over North Carolina. I didn't think it was an upset. I thought that was going to be a pretty evenly matched game. And it's a team that has a pretty good backcourt with a group of guards that, were in the same vein as players that have caused problems for the Illini this year. What are you paying attention to? And I'm kind of putting you on the spot. What can you tell us about this VCU team that you might expect tomorrow night?
Yeah, well, we just finished our preview episode on the Armchair Illini podcast, so I did my homework on VCU. They're a good team, to say the least. And at this point in the NCAA tournament, you're going to be playing a good team. They've won 16 of their last 17 games, so they're used to winning. That one loss was versus St. Louis, who's in the second round of the NCAA tournament tomorrow to play Michigan, and people are expecting quite a close game with them. So this is a very good team. They're an explosive team. Like you said, their guards are very, very good. But I think a one downside to them that you kind of compare them to a team like Wisconsin is that they don't really have too much size. Their tallest guy is Lazar Djokovic, 6'11" guy. He averages around 5 rebounds a game. Outside of that, they don't really have too much size out there, or at least any size that can compete with the Illini, who have 2 7-footers. They got David Merkovich. Even Ben Humbrickhouse would be considered, one of the bigger people if he was on the VCU team. So I think Illinois has far more size. They have far more length. Those guards are a lot smaller than you would think, than if you compare them to like a Nick Boyd or any kind of guard that's kind of given Illinois trouble. So that's not to minimize them, but at the same time, there is a lot of size and a big advantage that Illinois has that they need to exploit, both on the defensive side of the ball and on the rebounding front, and in terms of hunting that little booty ball matchup that they kind of went to, both with Kylan Boswell and with David Merkovich.
Yeah, at one point in that VCU North Carolina game in the second half, actually with 14 minutes left in the second half, North Carolina had a 98.9% chance to win the game, according to ESPN stats and probabilities. They were up 20 points. VCU then works their way back into that game, and then literally North Carolina they just crashed. They choked. They couldn't do anything with the ball. Do you think then they go to overtime? They obviously win it in overtime. Now they come against an Illini team who, You know, whether Coach Underwood thinks it or not, they've struggled in the second half, keeping a hold of big leads, of putting their foot on people's throats and crushing them. What do you think the mentality of all of that put together is going to look like tomorrow night?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, they played two pretty opposite games, Illinois and VCU. Illinois in a 35-point blowout. VCU had to come all the way back 19 points down to win it in overtime. So two pretty opposite first-round games for these guys. I think Illinois, they need to learn from their old mistakes. They have to put teams away, and North Carolina failed to do that yesterday. I was watching the North Carolina VCU game, and you thought, okay, well, this is something that Illinois has actually struggled with too. When you think about both Wisconsin games, you know, you're up 15 in the Big Ten tournament, and even in the game in Champaign, they're up by double digits at some point in time, but failed to put it away. VCU has that potential to come back from any kind of lead because they have really explosive guard play. I mean, Terrence Hill had 7 threes, 34 points. So, you know, they can get on a heater and erase the lead just like that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing kind of the mental fortitude of this team. You know, it's just a quick one-day prep, and in the NCAA tournament, it's really difficult because you have to have, you know, kind of a selective memory, and not just for losses, but for wins.
Yeah.
Just so you can move on. Because if you lose, you're done. But if you get too high on a win, you very well could go home just because you got to forget it at this point. You know, at this point, again, it's you want to start the season 0-0 again, just so you can mentally kind of reset and say, hey, it doesn't matter what we did in that first round. You know, this is the time that we need to take advantage of. So I'm looking forward to seeing if the Illini can do that, because they really haven't been able to put together two straight, you know, good performances, so to speak, in quite some time, especially if you look at the past month of the season where they certainly struggled and lost 4 or 6, I think, at one point.
Good stuff. ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis. That's Evan. Alex Chi from Armchair Illini is on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Alex, how's your bracket looking? I thought I saw your name in our bracket challenge at StevieJ.com. Are you on page 3 or 4? Are you way down like I am, or are you in the top, 1 or 2 pages of people that have filled out their brackets?
Actually, I'm not sure how I'm doing on your guys's. So I'll have to follow up on that. I know I did enter after our conversation last week, and when I saw you guys tweeted it out, I had to join immediately. So I'll definitely have to look at where I'm at. I usually like to let the first weekend kind of play out and then check at where I'm at with all the brackets, and I kind of remember what I have for most of the brackets anyway. For the most part, I think it's looking pretty standard. Obviously I had USF to beat Louisville. That didn't go down. I actually did have the High Point Wisconsin win. Our High Point beat Wisconsin and then changed it with about 5 minutes left in the deadline. So I was a victim of a little tinkering there, but I actually did have Kentucky beating Santa Clara and some of the other kind of close games, if you will. I don't think there's really been like a huge, major upset yet in terms of like a 3 or a 4 seed going down yet. So I'm looking forward to the rest of day 2 of the NCAA tournament, but I'm kind of doing, like, I would say above average, but I could very well be wrong because I don't usually check where I'm at, until the end of the first weekend.
Yeah. No 13 or 14 seed is won yet. And if you listen to our show, it's not going to happen.
That was your guarantee.
I guaranteed that it wouldn't happen this year. Alex, how do you spell your last name?
KYI.
Yeah, you're in 12th place, dude. You're doing just fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I went and checked it out. Yeah, you're tied. You're in 12th place, which is, a lot of people are tied there. So really, you're in 3rd place. Because you're only 2 games back of first place.
So if I'm in 44th place, I'm really probably in 5th place. Is that what you're telling me?
That's why I was telling you earlier. Keeping track of place in the first day or two doesn't.
My blood pressure is going up and down with this stuff. Okay,
what?
It's driving me crazy.
You can't even win anything.
Well, I know.
Allegedly.
No, I'm not going to win anything. But it is, it's a matter of pride. Damn it. ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis. That's Evan. Alex G on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Alex, have you had a chance with Armchair Illini to break down any of the Illini women's stuff before their game tomorrow night against Colorado? at the host Vanderbilt.
Yeah, we actually did. I do want to shout out the Illinois women's team because they're playing really, really well, and they're a fun team with a lot of great personalities. And honestly, Shauna Green has had just as impressive a turnaround as Brad Underwood and Brett Bielema have. So really want to bring some attention to the Illinois women's basketball team. We did do a preview episode with Brian Teague, Chicago State of Mind. I know he comes on the show quite a bit too. He did an excellent job, kind of recapping and kind of giving an overview of what the women's team looks like. They play Colorado tomorrow. It's probably going to be starting as the Illinois men's game is finishing up. I believe it's at 8:30 Central Standard Time, so a little bit of a later game, but I think that they should be starting once Illinois men's basketball is hopefully starting to finish up, just so people can tune into that. But they're a 7 seed playing 10 seed, and then obviously if they do win, they likely will play Vanderbilt at Nashville and on the home floor of Vanderbilt. But I do think it's a good opportunity too, compared to the other second seeds in the women's bracket. So shout out to the women's basketball team, and shout out to Brian Teague. He does an outstanding job.
He's the man.
Brian is awesome. We always love. We just need to get him on just to be on. Not even talk about anything. Just be like, hey, dude.
How's it going?
What's up? Okay, quick one to end here. If we look back at last night and then looking towards tomorrow with VCU, everyone obviously is excited. You score 65 points and a half, which is a big deal, obviously. That's huge. That's some teams in this tournament more than their whole game. So you score 65 and a half. However, they did give up 40 points in the second half to Penn. Is that anything to be concerned about still, or is that just kind of how the game worked out and flowed through garbage time?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think this team is going to have defensive deficiencies, right? They're not the most athletic. They have the Avicic twins kind of playing in a deep drop. And again, they're just kind of limited in terms of perimeter stoppers outside of Kylan Boswell. You saw Jake Davis kind of get beat off the dribble multiple times. He's certainly struggling on the defensive side of the ball. Keaton's battling, doing okay, but he's still limited in that regard. So I think this defense, the story has never been, are they going to shut someone down? Is can they be adequate enough or just good enough as to where their offense, the best offense in the country, can kind of do its thing and outscore someone. So I think it's a little bit of both, and I'm looking forward to the challenge versus VCU because, again, they got some really, really explosive guards. North Carolina's backcourt is no slouch defensively, and VCU absolutely torched it. So Illinois needs to be really good, and I think that drop coverage at one point is probably going to bite them in the butt. But unfortunately, it's the only thing that they can probably play given how limited they are athletically.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis. That's Evan. Alex Chi from Armchair Illini on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Great stuff from you, Alex. Where can folks follow along with Armchair Illini? Because you've got a lot of great stuff going on.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we're on Armchair Illini on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram as well. ArmchairIllini.com is our website for articles and things like that. We do have our own YouTube channel, Armchair Illini. I launched it this fall, so be sure to subscribe, guys, if you're listening. Really helps us out a lot. We try to do game day previews. We're trying to build it as a podcast. So basically, Armchair Illini on every kind of platform that you can think of, and we usually do follow back, by the way. So.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
All right, let me. Yeah, I think we all follow each other. I think we're good.
All right, Alex. Well, enjoy your weekend, and let's see if we can reconnect next week, and hopefully after a couple of Illini wins for the men and women's teams.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, guys. Looking forward to doing this again.
You got it. That's Alex Chi from Armchair Illini. 217-359-2255 is the number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. 217 texter says, need me an adult beverage like Evan needs a buffalo chicken Sammy from Arby's. Packers suck. Let's go.
That is just an incredible text.
That's a text.
Every part of it.
Yeah, it's a wonderful text. I'm almost... Oh,
chef's kiss.
Wonderful. Yeah. Matt and Sydney, Tommy just needs to see a few go in and he will get on point. Yeah. Gotta make it happen. 217 texter, just tell Isaac to say we instead of Illinois. We all know him and Jeremy are fans. What are you talking about? Come on now. Why did Werner catch a stray there?
I don't know. How do you know it's Werner?
Is there any other Jeremys?
I don't know. Maybe it's someone in 217's life. They're like, that Jeremy over there.
You know what?
Jeremy across the street just won't admit it.
Jeremy from the Pearl Jam song, you know?
Did you catch the Penn band last night chanting?
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. That's okay. You're going to work for us someday.
Yes.
That's fair. Yeah.
You know?
Works for me.
Sure.
If
Actually,
you're working for someone from Penn, you're doing all right.
Hold on, though. Maybe they need to get introduced to a gentleman named Larry Geese, okay, before they start talking about who's going to be working for who, okay? You might be over here. You might be over here.
It's a good point.
Ivy League, all right?
Yeah.
217-3. What the heck's the number? 217-359-2255. That's the number.
That's the number.
I forgot the number. I only say it 50 times a show. You know, sometimes, Evan, you forget things. You forget numbers. If you forget phone numbers, sometimes it's not recommended, but sometimes people might even forget to file their taxes, and that involves numbers. And you don't want to do that because you can get in big trouble, right? Well, let me tell you something. Taxes,
allegedly. No, seriously.
Are you announcing that you don't pay your taxes on the air, sir?
I pay the majority of them.
Any of the tax that's on the pizza you get. There's like a $2 tax on this burger and fries I bought earlier. Well, here's what I'm talking about. Taxes can be taxing, so rethink tax time with Busey. Their associates are here to help with expert advice and innovative products and services. Tax days is approaching quickly. The deadline to file is Tuesday, April 15th. Avoid costly penalties and keep money in your pocket. Contribute to your retirement accounts before April 15th. Organize your records and file electronically to get your refund faster. Did you know less than 1% of electronic returns have errors compared to 20% of paper returns? The typical taxpayer receives nearly $3,000, so make the most of your refund this year by paying down bad debt. That's credit cards, private student loans. Build your savings, your retirement, and your investment accounts, or establish or restore an emergency fund. Tax laws are complex, and they change frequently. The experts at Busey suggest you consult your tax advisor before making an investment and tax decisions. I am choking.
Do we need to pass the baton?
I don't know. I think I got it. Visit Busey.com or stop by one of their many convenient locations and get started today on your maximum refund. Investment products and services not FDIC insured may lose value, no bank guarantee, and we thank Busey for being a sponsor on the show. I don't know what the heck happened there. It made me cry a little bit, though. Holy cow.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know why that happened.
I think we just lost a sponsor, though. I don't
know.
No,
we did not lose. Stop it. We did not. Whew. You going to do any etched in stone today, sir? Or you just want to get right to the beer drinking and toast?
Well, who says they're different?
That's a good point. That is a good point. We'll do both next on The Drive.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now at Lands, it's a great time to buy a new Trane heating and cooling system. We are offering special financing or up to $1,500 off any qualifying Trane system. At Lands, we know what it takes to deliver exceptional comfort, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you are thinking of a new comfort system, now is the time to buy. And remember, it's hard to stop a Trane. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Think you have to settle for mediocre car insurance to save money? Think again. It's possible to get superior coverage and still save money with Erie Insurance. Customers who switched to Erie saved up to $951. It pays to compare. Switch and save with Erie.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Annual savings based on new customers surveyed in March 2022 who reported savings when switching auto insurance. Individual premiums and savings will vary.
Come celebrate Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery's anniversary sale. You'll find savings store-wide. The installation is half off Mohawk's waterproof luxury vinyl floors. The installation is free on Mohawk carpet. Get up to $1,000 instant rebate on Mohawk carpets and floors. Plus, buy it all with 2 years free financing. It's the perfect time for those home updates. Don't miss the anniversary sale going on now at Carpet Weavers.
Looking for a great place to relax, grab a bite, and have some fun? Head to the Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. This well-furnished hometown tavern has something for everyone. Enjoy great food, a full bar, and a welcoming family-friendly atmosphere. Step outside to the outdoor patio, challenge your friends on the golf simulator, or check out the full game room. Whether you're stopping in with the kids for dinner or meeting friends for a drink and some gaming machines, Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill is the place to be. Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. Good food, good fun, and good times waiting for you.
Within the cities we call home, Busey Bank is more than a name. It's a commitment to your dreams. With Busey, trusted guidance is tailored to empower you every step of the way. Whether it's seamlessly managing your finances or planning for your future, Busey is dedicated to your financial success. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Butch Patrick, TV's Eddie Munster. Did you know that we were the first green family on TV, even though you saw us in black and white? And did you know that Grandpa Munster was making electricity in the dungeon? Well, now you can make your own electricity with Legacy Solar. And even if you don't have a coffin phone, make sure you pick up your phone and call Walter Pierce at Legacy Solar to get a free green evaluation for solar energy. And I'll send along a piece of Munster's autographed artwork as my gift to you for going green. Just call 217-722-4822 and ask for Walter Pierce.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Still kind of choking a little bit.
I'm doing great.
You doing okay?
I'm doing good.
What's weird is you're the one that you were eating lunch, a late lunch, early dinner, whatever. You were eating over there.
Yeah.
I was just talking, and I started choking.
I'm pretty good at multitasking.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis, that's Evan Stone. Thanks for spending some of your Friday with us. It's a gorgeous one. Sunny and 81 right now. Yeah, whew, man. We'll take that all weekend long. But it's one of those things, too, where there's a balance, right? Like, do you want to sit outside on the patio and watch TV?
Yes.
You want to go to the bar and sit outside and watch a game? Or just listen? I don't know.
Ooh, listen. No.
What about stay on the couch at home, inside?
I mean, that's good, too. Crack some windows. Get a multiple TVs set up. That's the move.
What if it gets a little humid in the house? You get a little sticky in the house when you do that.
Fans.
Yeah?
I want the fresh air always.
Always? Even if you get a little sticky?
Even if it's a little sticky, I'd rather have fresh air.
A little sticky icky.
217. And then just run the air conditioner heavier.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all right. I do enjoy a good AC. Man, central air. If you can enjoy some central air, that's wonderful, you know.
That's it.
It's nice. You got any bets you're looking at? Some tournament bets otherwise that you're thinking about? Oh.
I do. I got a couple of plays tonight that I'm afraid I'm going to jinx because that's what I do.
Let's see if we can jinx them right now.
We need money.
Let's see if we can. You know what? Forget the jinx. There'll be no jinx. What's going to happen? Talking about moolah.
Moolah, baby.
Let's get that money.
Okay, here's the first one, and I feel like this line is I don't know. Okay, so it's Iowa-Clemson.
Oh, yeah.
Iowa is, that game tips off here in about an hour. We're in that weird kind of break in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa is a 1.5-point favorite. And I don't think Clemson is a very good basketball team at all.
Ooh.
And hold on, I wanted to check real quick. Where is this location? Benchmark International Arena. That helps me literally not at all. Tampa. They're playing in
Florida.
Tampa.
Yeah.
So
still choking, but they're playing in Florida.
A little bit of a travel for Iowa, but give me Iowa -1.5. I think Iowa wins this game. It was one of those 8-9 matchups that I didn't even spend a whole lot of time fretting over because, and the only other one that I didn't do the same with, St. Louis and Georgia.
You called that one.
I felt incredibly confident in St. Louis.
That was a beatdown, yeah.
Whew.
So we're etching it in stone?
So Iowa -1.5, etch it in stone.
We need money.
All right.
Okay, then the next game, literally the next game to tip after that one, Northern Iowa and St. John's. We're rolling with my Saints.
Oh, we got to stick with St. John's, don't we?
We're rolling with my Saints. Okay? So St. John's is a 10.5-point favorite in this one over Northern Iowa. I think this is another one of those games that is silly.
How silly?
Blowout silly.
Yeah?
I think St. John's is going to dominate in this game. Yeah, they are the Red Storm, not the Saints, but they're St. John. 217 texter just said.
Oh, okay.
Aren't they the Red Storm, not the Saints? Yeah, but they're St. John, and they're my Saints.
I was like, who are you correcting?
I got 4 Saints, all right? St. John's minus 10.5 all day. Take it to the bank. Etch it in stone.
We need money.
Oh, yeah. Matt in Sydney says he took UCF. You want to know about UCLA?
Well, here's the thing: is I don't have a play on this game because I do think UCLA is a better team. However,
I don't like the matchup, man.
I've been saying this for a while. It's in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
UCLA does not travel east well at all. I know that they did well in the Big Ten tournament. I know that they've been hotter over the last couple of weeks. They've been playing really good. They're traveling to Philadelphia to play a tournament game, and there's just something about that UCLA team traveling east when they get past the Mississippi that just doesn't look right. And so, in my bracket, I took UCF. I picked UCF.
I took UCLA, but I think it's going to be really tight. I think it's going to be a really tight game.
So UCLA is a 5.5-point favorite, and I don't trust it. I'm going to stay away from it just because I don't trust it.
We're not etching anything in stone on that one.
I don't think. I picked UCF, but, man, if UCLA does figure it out, they're a good basketball team.
Sure.
Just not east of the Mississippi.
All right, let's get back into making the money.
So,
east or west of the Mississippi? North or south of the Mason-Dixon line?
Let's go. There's some ugly games here.
Any of the 7 continents, wherever you want to go.
Well, there's some not good games tonight. Let's go here. Kansas and Cal Baptist.
Okay.
Kansas and Cal Baptist. Where are they? Are they in Oklahoma City? Or are they in St. Louis? They are in San Diego. Close. So
Samsonite.
How did Kansas get shipped out to San Diego? Oh my gosh, where's Cal Baptist located?
Somewhere in California.
I know, so they're not even leaving the state. Now,
you know what? I hope San Diego. I hope I hope that's where they are.
Kansas is a 14.5-point favorite. I don't think I trust that number. However, the over-under is 141.5. I'm going to take the under. Kansas, Cal Baptist, under 141.5. Etch it in stone.
We need money.
All right.
I got one more.
One more for your madness.
Boy, really, the games tonight are not. We've got a 2 versus a 15, a 1 versus a 16, a 13 versus a 4, and a 2 versus a 15 all tonight.
We had a really good night yesterday. I mean, the tournament when it kicked off yesterday, that was a good first day.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe I don't know why it's lined up that way. I have no opinion.
I don't have an opinion either, but when I'm looking at the lines are all ridiculous. Like Florida's a almost 30-point favorite in their game. It's like, I don't want to touch that. Anyways, let's go here. Miami, Missouri. Right on cue. Matt and Sydney texted in. Mizzou game, who you got? Miami, Missouri. This is a fascinating game to me because I do think Miami is a vastly superior team to Missouri. However, the game is in St. Louis.
I don't like this matchup for Miami. I really like it for Mizzou.
I think Miami is a better basketball team. However, this feels like a Mizzou game. Now, I know the Illini went and played Mizzou in St. Louis and beat them by 50.
Smashed into smithereens, my friend.
So I that's what has kind of held me back. But if we're going to look at this, Miami right now is a 1.5-point favorite. Yeah, give me the Mizzou money line. We'll rock with that. The money line is plus 102. Give me the Mizzou money line. Etch it in stone.
We need money.
If nothing else, first Mizzou. Good day.
There you go. All right, let's run through them.
We're going to go Mizzou money line. We're going to take Kansas and Cal Baptist under 141.5. St. John's minus 10.5, and Iowa minus 1.5. 4 games tonight.
Love it. And you'll get those on the socials at The Drive 935 on Twitter and Instagram. Also, ESPN 935's Facebook page. We're on Threads.
Ooh.
I think we have like 10, 12, 15 followers on Threads, but we're on there.
Yeah. I'm going to throw one last game out there. NIT.
Oh.
Because I just didn't have the matchups up. Dayton and UNC Wilmington.
Okay.
Give me Dayton. Dayton minus 2.5 in that game. Dayton's a really good basketball team. Dayton minus 2.5, etch it in stone.
Wants the Flyers. All right.
Also, Tennessee's beating Miami, Ohio right now by 20.
You really hate Miami, Ohio.
I don't. I'm glad to be proved correct.
Of all the rivalries that you've had since we started this show, and there's been several.
There's been a few.
I think this is the most heated rivalry you have. You against Miami, Ohio.
No, it's got to be Indiana football.
Well, that's true.
I think Indiana football is that's the one.
I got to take it back. Yeah, well, it's just, it's been a minute since we've talked about Cincinnati or Indiana football, and that rage has subsided a little bit. Well, that'll come back up when Lehman's back here in a month or two,
A month or two?
However long it is. I'm not mathing that.
It's March.
Oh, well, hell, he's not going to be here until August. Yeah, never mind. Well, you never know. There's always some breaking Illini football news. Jay will be on again for something with us.
Yeah.
Before we